Hello everyone and God bless you. This is what I received from the Lord today, a prophetic word which says that the Lord is bringing back the old records. The things, good things that are notable, that are worth of honor and rewards that you had done in the past but got passed by or got forgotten. These things are being brought back. These records are being opened back by people of high power, of authority, of a place of or position of responsibility that have the ability to turn your life around. So these records are being opened at the right time, and you will understand why. At the right time they are being opened, and suddenly what has been forgotten is being brought back up. And your name is coming up in the records. And people are thinking, okay, how can we honor them for what they had done? You see, I remember in Daniel, I think chapter 7, it says, the Ancient of Days had come and the books were open. The scrolls about each one's life was open, because the Lord is a rewarder for those who diligently seek Him, and He's a rewarder for the things, the good things that you had done and that might have been forgotten, or the effort that you had worked with, the integrity, how you sustained yourself, how you tried to bless other people, but instead you were given evil for good for some of you, or for others you had even lost your jobs just because you were Christians, just because you have a system of belief that is adverse to the mainstream, to what they have in that place. But the Lord is restoring you back to honor. This is actually what brought this up, because I was reading Esther chapter 6 verses 1 to 8. So Mordecai, as a background here, okay, as a context, Mordecai had saved the king Xerxes. Why? Because he was working at the door of the king, at the gate of the king, and he discovered that two eunuchs were conspiring to kill him, to murder him. So he passed that information to Queen Esther, and Queen Esther informed the king. So they seized these two eunuchs. It turned out to be a correct method. They were trying to assassinate him. It was like a coup. And for that, it went down in the records, in the chronicles, for the kingdom of Babylon. Okay? Our Persia Medes, actually. Yeah, the Persian Medes kingdom. So, however, it got forgotten. So it was written in the book, it was recorded in the chronicles, but it was forgotten. You see, on that night, now notice here, verse 1, on that night the king could not sleep. So he ordered that the book of records and memorable deeds, or the chronicles, be brought. And they were read before the king. So as if God, it's not as if, I'm sure 100% that God laid that burden upon the heart of the king, because he was up to something. It's not only that Mordecai was to be honored, but also he set it up in a way that this would protect the Jewish people, because there was a decree against them to destroy them that was established by Haman in that day. So it was found written in verse 2 that there how Mordecai had reported that Bigthana and Teresh, the two eunuchs who were doorkeepers, had planned to attack King Ahasuerus or Xerxes. Now the king said, what honor or distinction has been given Mordecai for this? So people are wondering about you. Okay, how have you been honored for what you had done? And people are saying, like, for that man of authority, it could be a king, it could be whatever, but it's a man of high power and authority. So the servants around him told him nothing has been done for him. This is what will be reported about you. You were due an honor that was never been given, a reward that was taken away from you, but you're getting it back in Jesus' name. This is what I truly felt in my heart. And this chapter spoke to me. So, now this is the interesting part. So Haman, the same guy who had conspired to kill Mordecai, to have him hanged on the gallows, to destroy an entire people, which was the Jewish people, right? That same man came in, and the king said to him, "What is to be done for the man whom the king desires to honor?" You see, Haman at that moment thought it was about him. He had no idea that the king at that moment was talking about Mordecai. Notice how God set it up so that Mordecai would be delivered and Haman would be hanged on the same gallows that he set up to destroy Mordecai. Take them as gems here. So what the devil said to destroy you through a person, he will fall in the same trap. And the reward that he was trying to get to his own people, the devil, the reward, the honor that he was trying to establish to make a false testimony for someone who's following him, it's going back to you. It's going to you. And these people who do not even deserve it shall forfeit it in Jesus' name. Now Haman thought to himself, whom would the king desire to honor more than myself? So Haman said to the king, for the man whom the king desires to honor. Now, notice Haman is still thinking that he's talking about him. The king is talking about him. So Haman said to the king, for the man whom the king desires to honor, let a royal robe be brought, which the king has worn, and the horse on which the king has ridden, and on whose head a royal crown has been placed. And this is the exact reward and honoring that Mordecai got. Actually, it goes further than that. It's not written here in this part, but the Mordecai was to be paraded and to be honored throughout the provinces, okay, as an acknowledgement for what he had done. This reminds me of Psalm 23, that he will set a table before you at the presence of your enemies. What's even more funnier is that his enemy here is the one that he unknowingly caused his reward to be great, to be big. So what the devil plotted against you to take away from you is losing it big time. So by the same measure that he tried to hit you and to hurt you, in that same measure you would be rewarded, and recompense is coming back. He will restore to you more than you can even imagine. In the same amount that he had tried to hurt you, it's coming back to you, but flipped over. So what he had tried to destroy and take away, it's coming back to you. With other things that the devil wanted to take for himself, for another person that serves him, it's going back, it's defaulting back to you, as an honoring, as a reward for your service in Jesus' name. So again, as I mentioned, that Mordecai ended up being honored and Haman ended up being strangled on his own gallows, the same gallows that he set up to destroy Mordecai. And this is the word of the Lord. I believe and I declare and decree in Jesus' mighty name that this video shall land on like in front of the people. It won't be an accident. It won't land on the people or in front of the people that need this message, that will be speaking right to their hearts. You've been hurt, you've been overlooked, but you see, the Lord had caused this to be an establishment, okay? Like this, like what seems to be a coincidence. No, God has set it up to be established in a way that Mordecai was to be honored at the right time. At the right time, these records were being opened so as to magnify his reward by blessing him through the devil himself, through Haman, who is being driven by demonic spirits, right? This is how the Lord intended to bless him. So the same thing that caused you hurt is what God will use to bless you. This is Romans 8:28. God will cause everything to work for the good of those who love him and that are called by his name, upon his name, in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you. Bye bye.